Hello everyone, welcome back to another election prediction video. And this prediction, this is the Trump goes to jail prediction. So Trump is convicted and charged with the crime. He goes to jail. This would have a severe impact on his campaign. He would literally not be able to do the campaign stops in all the states, which he loves doing and his supporters like a lot. That actually helps him boost up turnout. He wouldn't be able to do the campaign. He wouldn't be able to do the debates either, because let's be realistic here. They're not going to pull a video monitor into his jail cell to record him doing a debate on video with Joe Biden. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think if he's in jail, he won't be able to do the debates. He wouldn't be able to campaign. I think his wealthy donors would pretty much give up on him. That's like 50% of his money right there. It's not small donors. Most of his money, it's like 50-50. Honestly, it could be even more lopsided and big donor money behind him, with like millionaires and billionaires back in his campaign. But again, that big donor money would go away for Donald Trump, which would be devastating for him. Biden would be able to out fundraise him, pretty much out campaign him, because he won't be able to do campaign stops in jail. This would not help Trump at all going to jail. It would certainly not give him any sort of boost. And it wouldn't be that appealing towards independents. So really, this is going to be extremely terrible for Donald Trump to even go to prison in the first place. This would certainly hurt his campaign like crazy. This impact would definitely hurt him negatively. It would not boost up turnout. It would Independent voters wouldn't want to vote for a convicted felon who's in jail. That's just not would be the case at all here. So let's get right into this. Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia, all these states are just going to be safe Democratic right now. Maine at large would probably be safe Democratic in a scenario where Trump goes to prison. New Hampshire probably would be safe Democratic as well. I can't see it giving any sort of boost to Donald Trump in this state. Minnesota, arguably, it probably would be safe Democratic if Trump were to go to prison. He would just lose a lot more independence here. I forgot Nebraska's first. We'll do both these districts. So Nebraska's first would go down to a likely margin, while Nebraska's second probably would be safe Democratic in a scenario if Trump straight up goes to prison. So let's see the next few states. Arizona would probably be likely if Trump goes to prison. I could see just independents overwhelmingly going to the Democrats. Like, they pretty much overwhelmingly go to them now at this point. I could just see them going even more so in Joe Biden's favor. Nevada probably would he'll hang around like a 4.5% margin or so. Michigan probably would be likely as well. I just don't see Trump being in prison helping him too much in this state. I really don't think it would boost up turnout and wouldn't win him over independents, which you need to win a presidential election. You can't just rely on your base alone to win elections. That's never how it works. Most presidents who win the election win with independent voters on their side. Okay, the next few states. So Pennsylvania would probably also shift to this likely scenario. Again, Trump's getting out fundraised. He wouldn't have those big donor money behind him. We wouldn't be able to campaign or debate. That would just definitely hurt him. Wisconsin, it would probably just be a 4-point victory as well for Joe Biden here. Iowa and Ohio, I could still see it going to Trump even if he's in prison, just because of the Republican trends here. And I do think most of his supporters kind of still be united with them, but he'll lose some independent voters, shifting Iowa from a safe red state to lean R, and Ohio from likely R, very close to safe R at this point, to lean R. In Florida, I could still see them voting for a felon, honestly. I really wouldn't be surprised here. Florida would probably still be backing Trump even if he were to go to prison. That's how much of a lost cause Florida is for Democrats at this point. Georgia certainly wouldn't be that competitive either. Biden would probably win it by 4, and he would probably win North Carolina by 2 if Trump were in prison. So now we're down to these last 3 places. Maine second, Texas and Alaska. So Alaska would probably shift down to lean Republican. I still, would they? Trump only won it by a very small amount of like raw votes here. Would they still vote for jailed Trump Honestly, there's a lot of moderates in Alaska. I could see Biden actually narrowly edging out Trump here just due to the Trump being in prison thing definitely hurting him. So again, Alaska probably would be tilt. Maine second. It's a very populous district, but I don't think it's very populous to be in prison while running for president here. Especially if he's convicted of these crimes. I mean, they'll probably have actual evidence against him. So, what crime would I think would actually put him in prison? I think the documents case in Florida, believe it or not. I think that's the most serious case against him because you could argue he possibly destroyed or tampered with evidence down there. That's a really bad case for him. I think that's the worst case for him. But in Maine second, honestly, if Trump were in prison, it would probably be a narrow tilt flip for the Democrats. In the state of Texas, in a scenario like this one, it very well could flip to Joe Biden. It probably would if Trump were in prison. Again, he wouldn't be able to campaign. And Texas is just trending more and more Democratic every year. Probably right now, Trump, if he weren't in jail, he'd only win it by like 3 points or so. And in the polling we've seen, if Trump were convicted, he loses like 3 to 4% of his support. So right now, I think Biden wins a popular vote by 4. That means Biden wins a popular vote by 3 or 7% or 8% even. So that would definitely be enough to probably narrowly flip Texas and possibly even Alaska, because Alaska is probably going to be likely red in 2024. But I could definitely see it being a sleeper flip if Trump goes to prison, just due to the amount of moderate voters in Alaska that could go Biden's way due to that conviction. So this would be the map if Trump were to go to prison. Right now, if I were to place the odds on Trump going to jail, just based off the 6 cases against him, and a lot of them were before the election, I'd put it as a 50% chance. It's a very possible scenario that could happen. So 50% just based off the amount of cases already stacked against him. It's a very real possibility he actually goes to jail. Would it produce a map like this? It's possible. I mean, we could see Texas still vote for Donald Trump here. We could still see Alaska still vote for him. Could still see Maine second still vote for him. Kind of doubt it if he's in jail. But for now, I'm going to say that Alaska and Texas do, in fact, flip, just based off the polling we've seen. If Trump were to go in jail, he would definitely lose support among independent voters, for sure. So this is the scenario if Trump went to jail. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. I would highly appreciate it if you were to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.